Well, here with all the details is our royal reporter, Cameron Walker. And Cameron, good morning to you. Run us through the details then. What is this three-day affair going to look like?
Good morning, Ellie. Yes, it's a three-day extravaganza. I think it's a very similar setup, actually, to the late Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations back in June. But it all kicks off with the Coronation Ceremony. The King and the Queen Consorts will travel from Buckingham Palace to Westminster Abbey in what's known as the King's Procession to Westminster Abbey before they are crowned in the Abbey in what's being described as a solemn religious service. Now, it's understood that the King wants to very much reflect modern Britain in the service, but that doesn't necessarily mean a slimmed down version of the coronation. It's still going to have the traditional pomp, ceremony, pageantry that we have come kind of familiar with over film reels we've seen of previous coronations. But according to The Sun yesterday, the King is not going to be wearing the traditional silk stockings and breeches as previous monarchs have been crowned in. It's expected that he'll wear military uniform. Of course, the Queen Consort's going to be crowned alongside him in this service. There's going to be 2,000 or so guests there. We don't know exactly who is going to be on the guest list. Harry and Meghan's name have, of course, been floated, but there's been no confirmation of that either way. Then following the coronation service, there's going to be the coronation procession back through the cheering crowds. Thousands, of course, expected to be lining the route back to Buckingham Palace for another balcony appearance from His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen Consort, along with other members of the royal family, of course. So very similar to what we see at royal weddings, what we see at Jubilee. It's that tradition which I think is encompassing the day. Then on the Sunday, bearing in mind the coronation Saturday the 6th, we've got this magnificent concert that's happening at Windsor Castle. It's going to be a star-studded affair. A-listers from across the world are expected to be taking part in that concert, and every one of you has the chance to get a free ticket to that concert. It's going to be a balloted ticket concert, so no details yet as to exactly how you can enter into that ballot, but no doubt we will find that out in the next couple of months or so. Then there's this big lunch, the kind of big coronation lunch, again similar to the Jubilee. The Queen Consort has been patron of that charity since 2013, and it's all about bringing communities together across the country, thousands of communities for street parties, for events, celebrating the fact that we now have a new king and a new queen consort. And then on the Monday, the bank holiday, the 8th of May, there's what's being called the Big Help Out. And it's all about encouraging different communities to volunteer, trying to better their local communities, as it were. It's understood that the Scouts are going to be kind of initiating this, along with the Royal Voluntary Service, different faith groups. So lots of different areas across the country really are going to be trying to better each other's communities. And it's all in name of the King's commitment to public service, which we first saw during his message following his accession when Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II passed away, and he had this speech. He again devoted his life to service in that. He's expected to do the same thing at the coronation service as well. So it's all about paying tributes to our new king and his life of service and the United Kingdom.